Harry Potter movies are great, but Harry Potter books are even greater. And there are a lot of things, a lot of characters, a lot of stories, a lot of magical objects, a lot of magical creatures, and I don't know how many things that I can't even say in this video are missing from the Harry Potter movies. And today's video I'm gonna show you 10 facts about Voldemort that are missing in the movies and have not shown in the movies. So in this video you're gonna know about the 10 things about Voldemort's past. And before we starting the video, if you are new here, then please subscribe to this channel because I keep bringing Harry Potter videos every day. And now without wasting any moment, let's begin the video. Number 10. His mother was Belite. In the Half-Blood Prince book, Harry and Albus Dumbledore take a trip down memory lane via the Pensieve inside the Hogwarts headmaster's office. They do this on occasions in the movie of the same name, but one of the flashbacks omitted comes from the Ministry of Magic work named Bob Ogden. There Harry witnessed Voldemort's grandfather Marvolo and Uncle Morphine bullying his mother Merope in their tiny shake of house, making her do everything while they put their feet up. Rowling in doing this makes us feel a tad sympathetic towards Voldemort. That is until we remember he's a deranged dark wizard with no care of consideration for anybody else but himself, but gets his revenge anyway, framing Morphine for the murders of his father Tom Riddle, Sir, and his grandparents. Marvolo meanwhile dies behind the cold metal bars of Azkaban prison. Number 9. His mother bewitched his father. In Ogden's flashback, Harry sees Merope look longingly at Tom Riddle, Sir, while he is out riding a horse with a lady friend. This makes the boy who lived ponder how the pair could ever end up together, giving their two very different type of people with extremely constraining backgrounds. Afterward, however, Dumbledore theorized that the love potion was involved. The Hogwarts headmaster is rarely ever wrong, and he expresses his belief that Merope used her limited skills as a witch to conceive Riddles her into falling in love with her, something that would never normally happen. She eventually grew tired of doing this and lifted the curse, yet Tom didn't stay around, instead moving back into his family home. This is a decision he'll come to regret, with his son coming to murder him many years down the line. Number 8. He worked at Borgin and Bugs to hunt Horcruxes. As Harry and Dumbledore dive into the past during the Half-Blood Prince book, more and more details about the Dark Lord's backstory come to light, and one memory obtained by a house elf named Hockey shows exactly what the Dark Lord did upon leaving Hogwarts. He had all the talent and intelligence to rise up the ranks at the Ministry of Magic, but instead he took up potions at Borgin and Brooks. This is because of his hunt for Horcruxes. Voldemort, through a rich lady named Hepzibah Smith, managed to obtain both Salazar Slytherin's old locket and the whereabouts of Helga Hufflepuff's cup. He then murders Hepzibah and leaves poor Hockey to take the blame, with the house elf suspected of wrongdoing for the rest of his days in the years that follow. Number 7. He was rejected by Albus Dumbledore. In the 6th book, Harry is actually invited to peer into Dumbledore's own memory. The Hogwarts headmaster reveals that Voldemort actually turned up to Hogwarts for a job interview despite spending his time after bringing chaos and devastations to the magical world. The Dark Lord is rather inevitably seeking the potion of defense against the dark arts teacher. However, Dumbledore rebuffs him and sends the villain on his way. The real reason Voldemort turned up to his old school was so he could hunt for something that formerly belonged to Rowena Ravenclaw. He successfully hiding her old diadem inside the room of requirement, and he zincs the defense against the dark arts post too, meaning Dumbledore is unable to keep anybody for longer than a year afterward, explaining the failing of many witches and wizards. Number 6. He was told little information about the prophecy. Despite being significant in the books, the prophecy doesn't get much a look in what it comes to Potter's movie. In Order of the Phoenix, Harry and Dumbledore only briefly touch upon it and what it means for his ongoing battle against Voldemort, but things are far more detailed in the source material. It's actually revealed that Voldemort was told very little about Professor Trelawney's prophecy, instead only getting tidbits that were overheard by an eavesdropping Severus Snape. Had Snape heard the whole thing, the Dark Lord could feasibly having gone after Neville Longbottom instead, meaning Harry would have grown up with parents Lily and James around. Unfortunately, because of what Voldemort heard, he decided to make this Potter his number 1 target instead. Number 5. How he met Quirrell. Throughout the Sorcerer's Stone, Harry suspected Severus Snape to be the one attempting to obtain Nicholas Flame's stone. However, he is shocked towards the end of the blockbuster when it's actually revealed to be Corvinus Quirrell instead. With the defense against the dark arts teacher working on the order of Voldemort, the villain doesn't elaborate on how they met in the movies, but he does in the book. Voldemort tells of how he encountered Quirrells while the teacher was traveling around Albania, full of idea about right and wrong. It's then Tom Riddle who shows him a darker world on where he'd be a key figure. This convinces Quirrell into working for Voldemort, who then moves into the back of his head following Quirini's unsuccessful break into the Gringotts Bank. Number 4. He won a Hogwarts Award. In the Chamber of Secrets movie, Tom Riddle is revealed to be the person behind the attacks on Muggle-born students within the school. Surprise, surprise, fans get to see him frame Rubeus Hagrid and Aragog, ensuring the half-giant is expelled from Hogwarts and has his name tarnished across the magical community. It doesn't show the award Tom wins for special service to the school. Ron Weasley is forced to countlessly clean his trophy during detention with Argus Filch, a task made trickier by the fact that he can't stop belching up slugs. This scene ended up being included in the deleted scene on the DVD and Blu-ray edition of the movie, but if you have not checked them out, then you'd be none too wise about the trophy's existence. Number 3. He ordered the hit on Barty Crouch Sr. During the events of Goblet of Fire film, Harry, Ron and Hermione stumble across the body of Barty Crouch Sr. while out for a stroll of the Forbidden Forest with Hagrid. Fans can be forgiven for assuming that Barty Crouch Jr. impersonating Alastor Moody was behind the act because he wanted revenge for being sent to Azkaban many years previously. But this actually isn't the case. Instead, he murdered Crouch because Lord Voldemort orders him to, deeming the Ministry of Magic to be a giant risk to his plan of feeding with the Triwizard Tournament. It's also not disclosed that David Tennant's character transfigured his father's body into a bone and buried him inside the Hogwarts grounds, ensuring he is never found. Number 2. He used Kreacher to test his Horcrux's defense. The Deathly Hallows Part 1 sees Kreacher agree to help Harry in his mission to discover the location of Salazar Slytherin's old locket. However, it doesn't really explain why the house elf performed a U-turn. The book does, of course, with Kreacher deciding to help after opening up on a Horus the Dark Lord subjected him to. Regulus Black tried to protect him but failed, and Kreacher had to put up with torture and the death of his friend in a creepy old cave by the beach. Put it this way, it's not a place we'd like to go for a holiday. And despite this fact, I have made 2 videos on Kreacher, so you can check out my channel, and currently links are flashing on the screen, and you can also find those 2 videos link in my description box. So go check those out, you will know the whole story about Kreacher. And now, number 1. He tried to kill Molly Weasley. In the Deathly Hallows book, Lord Voldemort's rage is at its peak when he discovers Harry is still alive, and after losing his chief lieutenant Bellatrix Lestrange in battle, he then turns him on Molly Weasley. Fortunately, Harry, after ensuring all his loved ones are protected, is able to jump in and save the day by defeating the Dark Lord for good. It would have been awful to lose Molly, especially given how Voldemort was behind the death of Sirius Black, James Potter and Lily Potter. This was one Potter loved one who got away. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you like this video, and if you do like, then please subscribe to my channel and be a part of my channel, because I keep bringing videos of Harry Potter every day. And now I will see you in my next video. Till then, take care and goodbye, and stay away from the Muggles.